Your MRI report mentions Modic changes. Suddenly, everything feels heavier. You start wondering, is my spine infected? Is this permanent? Is this why nothing has worked? Before your mind fills in the blanks, we need to slow this down. Because Modic changes are one of the most misunderstood findings in chronic low back pain, and misunderstanding them can make pain worse, not better. Hey, I'm Antony, physiotherapist, nutritionist, and functional medicine practitioner. Welcome back to NxHLife, where chronic pain sufferers rise as pain warriors and take back control. Today, we're talking about Modic changes, the bacterial hypothesis, inflammation, and what the science actually says, without fear, without hype, and without oversimplification. This video won't give you a quick fix. It will give you clarity. Quick reminders before we go further. If this topic makes you anxious, don't click away. Clarity reduces threats. Silence increases it. Modic changes are MRI findings seen in bone next to the spinal disc. They are classified into Type 1, inflammatory changes, Type 2, fatty changes, Type 3, sclerosis or hardening. Important point, changes are imaging findings, not diagnosis. They tell us something about tissue state. They do not automatically tell us the cause of pain, and this is where things often go wrong. Researchers noticed something interesting. People with Modic Type 1 changes often report more pain. Then came questions. Why would bone next to a disc be inflamed? One proposed explanation was that bacterial hypothesis. The idea that low-grade bacterial infections might contribute to inflammation in some cases. And that idea spread fast. Here's where many people jump to conclusion. So pause with me for a moment. A hypothesis is not a universal explanation. The bacterial hypothesis suggests that in some cases, disc injury may allow bacteria to enter the disc tissue. This may trigger an inflammatory response in the adjacent bone. Important words here. Some cases may and possible contributor. This was never meant to explain all chronic low back pain, but online it often gets simplified into your back pain is caused by infection. That leap is where harm happens. There are real concerns in the research. Not all studies replicate findings. Antibiotic trials show mixed results. Risk of long-term antibiotics are significant. And critically, many people with Modic changes have no pain at all, which tells us something vital. If you've been staring at your MRI report thinking, this explains everything, stay with me, because scans explain structure, not experience. Pain is not produced by tissue alone. Pain is shaped by inflammation, nervous system sensitivity, load history, sleep, stress, beliefs, fear. Modic changes can be one factor in a much bigger picture. They are not a life sentence. They are not a verdict. They are a signal. And signal needs interpretation. Modic changes tends to matter more when pain is mechanically sensitive. Morning stiffness is pronounced. Inflammatory patterns are present. Load tolerance is low. But even then, they rarely act alone. This is why single cause explanations fail many people. Here's the paradox. When someone believes my spine is infected, damaged, the nervous system increases protections, more guarding, less movement, higher threat perceptions, pain increase even if tissue state hasn't changed. Understanding reduces fear, and fear amplifies pain. So when you reduce it, you reduce pain too. Pain warriors don't ignore scans, but they don't worship them either. They ask, how does this fit my pattern? What else is influencing my pain? What actually improves my function? They build a map, not a single explanation. Same symptoms can have different drivers, requires different plan to treat it. In a future video, I'll show you how to tell whether inflammation, sensitivity, or fear is playing the bigger role without guessing. If this video brought relief rather than more fear, that's intentional. I've created a free guide called The 7 Unspoken Truths About Chronic Pain. these truths help you interpret pain properly instead of catastrophizing, you can download it free using the link below. If you want to be part of a community that thinks clearly instead of panicking and scared, welcome to the Pain Warrior movement. You're not broken. You're learning how your body communicates. Let's turn pain into peace one step at a time. See you next time.